quite warm. It is quite warm. Hi, everybody. Woo. Woo, guys. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I'm back. Whew. How is everybody? Let everybody come on in. As soon as I kill the echo. Hold on one second. Oh, I see Jane is listening. Grand Rising. Beautiful Jane. Grand Rising. And for those wondering, I am phenomenal. Just want y'all to know I am phenomenal today. What's up, Jazz? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. All right. I'm going to give it just a little bit longer and let a few more of you guys come on in, say good morning, Grand Rising, however you want to say good morning. Is it cold in Texas? No, I am literally sweating to death. I'm about to take this damn sweater off, but I wanted to be in my vibe, my vibe. So I got my little fuzzy little balls, but yeah, I'm literally sweating balls over here, y'all. So let me take this shit off. So what up? But I can't get rid of it too far because I'll get cold. You know me, I get cold and hot, cold and hot. So, all right, guys, as you see, hello. I am back in my cubicle. I have done a lot of moving around. I have done a lot of ups and a whole shit fuck ton of downs. But you know what? I found my anchor. I'm back. I'm back centered. It took a minute, guys. It took a minute. And for those of you that says it takes that long, yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does. It really does sometimes. Sometimes it's not easy for us to find and reground ourselves. So, with that being said, I hope everybody is wonderful, lifted, and ready to go because I've got some meta messages for you guys. So, in the comments at this time, go ahead and put your me's in there. Remember, guys, I'm going to go into a few things here, and as we're going into it, I'm going to let my moderators collect the me's. I have faith in my team, and I know my team will not fail me. So I need you guys to understand that you have your own team. And you need to understand your team will not fail you no matter what. So work with your team, bring in the constructive criticism, bring in everything that could benefit you with just a little bit of change. So allow change to come in this season as we are in the Yule season. And the Yule season is about giving and receiving, right? So every time you give something away, remember to give yourself something too. I'm not saying go out and spend any money, but I'm saying make sure that you find yourself valuable and you give to yourself as well. Maruta, Rose Blue, Sharon, Ellen, or Elaine, Ellen. Guys, my brain isn't braining the greatest, but we got this. So I am a little bit out of character and a whole lot out of sync. We have a new way of doing things. I still have meta messages for you, but as you see, StreamYard and me are no longer friends. So I have had to back up from StreamYard, but I didn't want to leave my gems hanging. So until I find a platform where I can share space in a way that works for all parties involved, I am just going to do straight YouTube for a while. So please understand, YouTube does not run like StreamYard. I can't star the comments. So have patience. Do not get frustrated. If you do not get your me seen, just let the moderators know. Work with me, and I will work with you guys as we go through this change together. I'm still here. My bag of tools got borrowed. Uh-oh. Oh, good God, I hate when that happens. Oh no. Rose Blue, I am so sorry. People with sticky fingers just really need to find themselves sometimes at a loss. And then maybe they wouldn't realize that their sticky fingers affect so many people.
We need prayers less gunfire.
We need what? Prayers for less gunfire. Oh, yeah, yeah, I would say that. So, for anybody doing any Yule blessings right now, please, when you light the next candle, light it for less gunfire here in Houston, Texas, because it's getting awfully dangerously close. And, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Last night, it was literally a gun. We had a drive by, and then we had actual random fire all the time. So, just you guys say some blessings for those that are squeezing triggers too carelessly. Not for Thomas and I. Please don't misunderstand me. For those that are actually squeezing the trigger with no consequences, with no discipline, with no care for the next human. Let them help them find their morals. Humanities goes a long way. And that's what I have come to find out. So if we remember our humanities, maybe we can help other people remember theirs as well. Okay, all right. So, as I bear the witness of going through this, give your relationship of Flintstone with users manual inspires. Welcome, welcome, Flintstone. Anuki, Anuki. Okay, all right. Hey, free information there, y'all. All right, let me scroll back up here to the top. Sharon O'Brien, man behind the curtain. Now, y'all, the man behind the curtain is still here because I'm lucky enough to have him as my roommate. But according to the man behind the curtain, Sharon, you are up. Sharon O'Brien, please let me know you're here. And guys, work with me here and have patience. If you are not here, that rule didn't change. You don't get your reading. It will be passed on. I have some flint somewhere. I just don't remember where I put it at. But flint's some pretty good stuff. Okay, Sharon, you are here. All right. All right, Sharon. So Shakina has come in and she wants me to start you with your blessing, right? So your Yule blessing is tranquility. In thy womb of blissfulness, quieting, and the calming stillness lives in the world, of the world spellbound into silence. They also want you for your challenge for the new upcoming season that is coming up. They want you to learn a little more of taking positive action. And if you notice, she's in a tub, she ain't bothering a soul. But your Yule blessing is tranquility, and your challenge for the upcoming next season is going to be learning to take action positively. Your meta message. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with a statement piece, right? And the statement piece starts with let go of mistakes. Release what holds you back to break through, right? Einstein did not create the light bulb if he had never made mistakes. Okay? Remember that. Be kind to yourself. Make mistakes, experiment, have fun, but let go of them. Once you realize that it doesn't fit, let it go. Don't let it go forward with you. Make Edison. Okay, brain is not braining, y'all. Don't judge me for that. But remember, it takes the resilience to do this, right? So, as they're pairing these two together, remember that the magic that it takes to create that Edison created with the light bulb happened with many, many, many useful mistakes. So, remember, resilience is where you're going and headed to. So, hold on to that as you go. You have the council coming in that is asking you that through the tranquility that they are gifting you for your blessing, they need you to understand that moving out of stagnations moves you into this wild woman, this person that has a purpose, right? A wild woman doesn't become a woman just because she wants to, right? A witch doctor, an oracle, a seer. They're born like this, and you were born like this as well, Sharon. So make sure that you take into accountability that something within you is ready to be released. So let that person hold that resilience as you break through of the old mold and become the new you to start a new season. So go into Yule and continue to close Yule out in the same way you have always done, with tranquility, and keep the blessings flowing. But remember to bless yourself as well. And on the other side of this, you have a challenge, and the challenge is for you to take positive action for yourself. No one else, just you. And that's what I've got for you, sweetie.
Rose Blue, LR,
One at a time, man, behind the curtain. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Rose Blue. I am told that Rose Blue, you are up. I have one old light bulb only to put under my oil paint. I don't know if I understand it, but I like it. Flowing. Happy holidays. You're welcome, Sharon, sweetie. Oh yeah, you said rose blue, right? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right. Wait. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, I picked it up upside down. What was that?
yeah, the road train.
It sounded like a train. Well, goodness gracious. Everything wants to make a little noise and be heard. All right, so we start in your Yule blessing. Your Yule blessing is that you are the light. Hope is but a word that cast into the unseen, where there will be light for those with a dream. So that is your Yule blessing. You yourself have light within you, no matter how dark you think you have crawled yourself out of. Absolutely, it was the light that crawled you out of that. So remember, that light came from within. Hold that close. They want you to explore your ancestries as we move into this next season. So your challenge is going to be literally deep diving you, the blood that runs through your veins, the bones and the ancestors that helped mold and create you long before you were ever here. So dive into that ancestry. There is something there for you, and you won't know it until you get in there and dig it out. There is something that's coming. They need you to rise above the turmoil. Amidst the chaos, find your anchor through your past experiences, right? Trust me, if it wasn't past experiences, I wouldn't understand that one grain of sand is my anchor. It's all it takes. You have to find your own, and it is not for me or anyone else to judge you. Find that anchor, no matter what it is, no matter how small it is, or no matter how big it is. Let that anchor lead you through it all. Understand that chaos is a form of energy. And if you can learn to control your own chaos, you can then remove yourself from the chaotic, broken craziness, madness of it, right? Chaos is controlled. It's with a C, right? That chaotic energy with a K that is broken and goes in all different kinds of directions is not the healing energy. That is what you are removing yourself from. So you pull what you can control, what you can mold to help create a better you, a more stronger, solid you, and you use that energy to shift you into reflection, right? Do you see that he's using the energy to reflect himself as he what's my word? That's not the word. That's not it. Okay, so the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I guess let me see if I can find a different one. Okay, so anyway, the reflection, right? What you are on the inside reflects on the outside, is what I am trying to say. I just can't seem to find the word. And like I said, my brain isn't braining very well. So remember that you use the energy, once you control it, to reflect what people are perceivingly not seeing. that the word I was saying for? I don't know if that was the word. But anyway, here we go. This is a conversation I was literally just having with someone this morning. There are some beautiful things that help guide us along the way, right? These metaphors and similes that I speak with all the time, that is my way. You aren't meant to understand the metaphor unless you actually put in the work to understand where I was at when I created it for myself, right? And in order for do that, I had to find direction in my life, right? All that are wandering are not lost, right? That is the beginning of a statement that has hope on both ends of it. Why do I say that? Because those that are lost have purpose. They're just lost. They don't know it yet. So understand that just because you are either wandering your path and you are exactly where you're supposed to be, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, great, blessed, holy shit, however it goes, you're on your path. You're wandering your path, right? That means you're no longer lost, right? You took that half step. That's exactly where they're at. They just need that half step. So remember, sometimes when those of us that are wandering, although we may not be lost, the hope for those that are lost is that they have not realized they have purpose. And once they realize it, they take that half step. Bam, they have purpose in their life. So, what you need to understand is that sometimes those of us wandering need to get lost, and some of us, those are that are lost, just need to realize their purpose. So, once again, it goes back to the energy shift, right? What you see when you look in the mirror doesn't mean that's what they see. Change the reflection, and you ultimately, the inside of you, will shine brighter than the outside of you. And it won't matter what you look like on the outside. There is a crow and there is a witness for you through this season and through the new year as we approach the calendar new year, not our trip around the sun year, our calendar year, right? There is something for you to witness, and you will also possibly know it either by your familiar, a crow, if a crow is your familiar, or all of a sudden you got a murder of crows, or all of a sudden the crows are trying to get your attention. They're trying to get your attention for a reason. It's at that point that you maybe could possibly witness something that could ultimately change your life or inevitably change someone else's life. But you're there because you were supposed to be. So make sure that you witness it, whether it's ugly or whether it's the best thing you've ever seen in your life. It could literally just mean stopping to smell the roses. Who knows? But you won't know if you're not present. Stay present and enjoy whatever is to come for you. Your challenge is all about you. And that's what I've got for you.
Was that rose blue or was that Eleanor?
That was rose blue.
And did we do Eleanor yet?
No, I've done Sharon O'Brien and I have done rose blue. I've only done two.
Okay, Eleanor will be next.
Eleanor, you are next. Let me know you're here. Hi, Silver. Happy holidays. Guys, look what found me. Look. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one, the purple one, his name is Fabio. He's kind of got this purple blue color going on. So basically, it's a fidget, but I am obsessed with dragons. So Thomas got me not one, and I thought it was only one, guys. Because I didn't know like what the egg came in. There was two of them in there. So this green one, which I'm sure he's not showing very green right now because I've got funny lights going on. But the green one is Breeze, and she is a female. So I got me some new fidgets because, I have to have dragons and I have to fidget because, it's better for me that way to have fidgets. All right. Who is up?
Eleanor.
Eleanor is here. Okay. Oh. Wait. Aren't poinsettias poisonous?
Only if you eat them.
Well, yeah, but okay. I got this. So there is pure magic involved. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start in the middle of this. I don't know why, but that's where they're leading me to. So what I want you to understand is we have to have balance. We have to have equal parts or the yeast won't rise, right? It doesn't mean equal in all things, but equal in their place in the recipe, right? If they're not in the recipe, something won't happen. If you don't put soda or yeast, then it doesn't rise or it falls. If you slam the oven door or if you walk too hard, it'll cave. There's all kinds of things that have to magically happen for it to rise, right? That is the mind frame I need you to understand. So there is a benefactor, and that benefactor is you. Hold on, I'm not done yet. But it comes in a way that you aren't going to see it because it is coming from the universal mother herself. So, this goddess, and I do believe this is one of the heavier goddesses. So, and I do mean that in a way by saying the darker goddesses. Okay? Persephone, Nyx, a few more. I just, my brain isn't braining. But anyway, those are two that I happen to work with all the time. And if you happen to believe in the winter solstice and the spring equinox, then you have to believe in Persephone, right? So, with that being said, Persephone spends half of her life up bringing things back to life, bringing things into flourishing. And then she spends the other 6 months where? Underground. Why does she do that? It is her choice to do that, right? It is a choice to go dark. It is a choice for peace. It is a choice for refuge. That is her choice for hermiting the way she chooses to do it, right? Nyx. Nyx comes out and she shines at night. How do we know that? Look outside at night. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to tell you that that's the moon. I'm not going to tell you that's Venus or Saturn or Mars. None of that. Because all of that represents the daughter, the goddess of the darkness, right? And that would be one of Nyx's beautiful representations. Why do I say that it's on the darker side? Because alchemy is highly involved. And why do I say that? Because you have to release something. Something is poisoning either the thought that you have, the hands that you're using, the eyes that you're seeing with, the mouth that you're speaking with, or the ears that you're listening with. There's some kind of something going on in the mix because Poinsettia is here. So why is Poinsettia here? Because she needs you to release a fear of something. Something is holding you back. Do you see how you're hiding behind the door? And you're also peeking through the inside lock. You see? You see the inside lock? The mask she's wearing, she's locking herself. That's an inside lock. When we choose to wear a mask, we choose to hide, right? That is an interior lock that we give to ourselves because we are scared to put all of us out here in front of the entire damn world because we're scared of what someone else is going to think about us. Well, guess what? Oh, well. Oh, damn well. Let go of the fear, right? The nothingness is only there if you allow it to be there. Nothingness leads to all of them things, right? The poinsettia has come here to tell you that you must become the eagle eye. You must rise above. You have to rise above the fray, the fear, the holding you back, the putting on the mask, the interior locks. Let it go. The universe, the internal mother, the universal mother, the dark goddesses have come together to let you know that if you give your feelings a voice, that's all they want to do is be heard. They want to be felt, and it all takes a little bit of magic. So give yourself in this time, in this season, give yourself a chance to first acknowledge whatever it is that has you holding back, staying behind a closed door, not expressing those true feelings for what they are. Give them a time, a place, a date, a name, a voice. Let them out. Don't hold them behind a closed door. Don't hold yourself accountable behind a closed door when you don't have to hold yourself accountable to anybody that fears the unknown. Stop fearing the unknown, honey. The unknown will support you. It will lift you. It will bless you. But you have to believe in it. And in order to do that, you have to be transparent with yourself. You don't have to be transparent with me, Brother Thomas, Jane the Seeker, Gerald, Terrell Stat. You don't have to be anything to anybody. Your husband, your wife, your children, your family. Only to yourself. So remember that as you are holding yourself accountable, you are also making sure that you are seeing all of you. And that's all it takes to start removing the mask, coming from behind the door, and allowing fear to not have power over you. Acknowledging that it's there and then releasing it also releases the power that it has over you. It's okay to be scared. But it's not okay to not change. It's not okay to not step from behind that door. And that is where your encouragement comes in from the goddesses that strictly want you to understand. Poinsettias are always going to be poinsettias. They're always going to be out there. But you have to get out there and exist with them. Don't have to fear them. And that's what I've got for you, sweetie.
Tom from early Rachel stopped by to say hello.
What up, Tom? Happy holidays. If you're not here anymore, enjoy your day. I'm sure it's busy, but happy holidays. Love you, brother Tom. My favorite asshole. Hey, my favorite asshole. Maruta. Maruta. Oh. Mm. Oh. Oh. Okay. Hmm. Ooh, okay. All right. So first of all, before I go into this, Maruta, and I'm sure I thought I just saw you. Yep, she's here. Okay. So for all those coming in, happy holidays. Welcome to Monday's Meta Messages. Um, First, I want to speak on what they are literally like pointing fingers at. Okay, so what they're pointing fingers on is that um, you need a solstice, right? I'm gonna read something to you, and I just want you to literally just think about it, right? I even if you don't journal it, even if you don't recognize it right now, this exact moment that I'm reading it, contemplation is the moment, nothing more. It's just about contemplation, right? Solstice. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within the root. Rise above the ashes and claim the gods are awaiting your glory and your name. There is a book, and it's To Ride a Silver Broomstick. Okay, it's by Raven somebody. Anyway, Raven Wolf or something like that. I have the book. I can't put my hands on it right now, but that's not the point. The point is that in the book she tells you how to find your witch name, right? Well, we can replace that word witch with so many different things. Magical name, alchemy name, my true name, right? And she gives you a base, a recipe, a formula. Doesn't have to be your hypotheses, but it is a starting place, right? So, just to contemplate on that, here's what else I want you to understand. All things are temporary until you find comfort in the present, right? That's where the contemplate the moment comes in. And I want you to pair that, because that's what they paired it with solstice from Yule. So when you put the two together, you have to understand that you are becoming more objective about yourself, right? Why do I say that? Because that is the card for your challenge for the next season. The next season is starting to bring us into more light. We're getting closer to spring, even though it's cold and it's still dark too early. The contemplation is coming, whether you want it or not, right? So if you are actually the one that is becoming more objective, then you already understand it to be something that it might get sticky. Webs are supposed to get sticky. They have to. If they can't get sticky, they can't hold together what is meant to be there, right? This is definitely part of your journey. There is something real sticky about it. And until we get comfortable with knowing that the sticky without the glue, without the stick, without the web of the connection, we can't put it into prospects for our future, right? Exactly. So what I am saying is if you are present, if you are right now, then you don't have to worry about the future. You just have to build the web. That's literally as simple as it starts. If we stop making it an intricate, small little space and work with the little tiny space that we have, that little teeny tiny web, we worry about more about what we're catching instead of what we're losing, then we learn to stay present. We learn to stay current. We also understand that that becomes a self realization, and it also helps us understand who we are as earth keepers, as people that have to be present, that have to witness things, that have to be a part of history happening right now in the making. We are a part of history. But if we can't stay present, we can't stay and see that our concrete, our foundation, us as a strong believer in something, then you have to question why you are a part of it, right? So, this is a way of removing the doubt, removing the distraction. So, worry about just your web, period. You can't worry about anybody else's, honey. Unfortunately, I wish we could all come together and be one big giant web, but then we would find out that we had more weaknesses than strengths because one of us wasn't ready for that web connection. So, continue continue working on your web, what connects for your world and what makes you stay present. That's what I've got for you, honey. What? And we sip. Grand Rising, hello, all of you beautiful gems. I have missed you guys so much. I have so much to tell you guys. I have so much to tell you, so much to catch up on. I can't wait. I don't know exactly how it goes, but we're just going to stay present. We're going to take it one live at a time. Sorry to make you go working and shit, you know? Working. Ooh, brain. Let's go. All right. Let's go, brain. Uh-oh. I figures Jane's going to get that one. Of course she's going to get that one. It doesn't make sense any other kind of way. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I see where you're going with this. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I got this. You know, Jane, this is your meta message, but I can't help but feel that it is a giant reminder to some of us. Not all of us. Not all of us are going to be able to understand the layered depth of this. Last night, a friend wanted to do an open heart call out to someone that has recently passed. This open heart call out wasn't so much for them, but for the person that passed to remember and only focus on them. And so this is where I need you to listen because that open heart call is now being called to you. This message comes from somewhere deep within your sacred contract with them. Not just yourself, though, right? When you think about a contract, when we think about things, when we set a goal for ourself, when we make a goal unreachable or that first step being a doozy, it kind of shields us. It pushes us back. It makes us not want to take that first step. You are going to be pushed into a situation, Jane, I feel, that is going to force you to unlock a part of your heart that you are being very selfish about. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. What I'm saying is that there was a reason that you closed yourself off, whether it was yesterday, 10 years, 20, 30 years ago, whatever or whoever it involved. It involved someone that maybe made you feel bad about either one, magic, two, angels, three, talking to the dead, or four, believing in something that isn't programmed in a book that means there can only be one way. With that being said, something in that moment awakened to you, and you told yourself right then and there, I will find a way. And you set in a sound, solid contract when you said, I will find a way. I will find a way to straddle this world and that world, and I will make it work in my world. I don't know what age you were when you said that, but those are very powerful words. Yeah, they're powerful words too. But what I'm trying to say is those are powerful words that are said to somebody that maybe hasn't experienced life. Maybe somebody had it a little too easy growing up, or maybe they was just a little too slick with it and they just didn't get caught, and that makes them the only difference between them and me. I got caught, they didn't. Doesn't mean that they're not this. Doesn't mean that they're not that. What it meant was that I took control right then and there and said, I'm going to find a way. So it's in that moment that you made that sound, sacred contract with just yourself. They accepted your challenge. Your challenge has come to call. Because of you straddling worlds, because of this sacred contract that you make, because of the revolution that you stood on when you made these, because I wondered why these three were together. So it has to mean that you decided to be the revolution. You decided to find a way to make straddling more than one world possible. You are about to be questioned to open your heart, Jane. They are going to ask you to write spells. They are going to ask you to say words that rhyme, and they are going to force you to say it out loud. Candle magic. Finger the finger the spine, caress the lips. Light the spell slipping from your lips. Let it out. Don't let it slip. Say it proudly, say it loudly. Stand on it. This is your moment. You are awakening to something. Nurture the warmth of the lost passion into a new ablaze. Retrieve dormant dreams, paired with magic, paired with spells. This is something that happened a long time ago, but they are about to awaken something within your subconscious so that you can remember a spell, a positive phrase, an affirmation, the power that gave you the backbone to make that goal, that step has now come. Now, hopefully, if I know you have made small, tiny little goals reachable and obtainable. So reach for your next line. It's time to take the next step. Your next season is going to be very powerful, and you're going to need to use all of you in order to make it through to the next chapter. That's what I've got for you, sweetie.
Is Jazz still here?
Who?
Jazz?
Jazz? I love the name. Jazz, you are up. Are you still here, Jazz? Jane, you got this. You got this, Jane.
Jazz is here.
Yay. All right, Jazz. I don't know if I've ever read for you before, Jazz.
And
I used to date this girl named Jazz back in the 90s. Man, loved the death out of her. She's gone now. I wish she was still here. She was a pretty cool person, but streets had her and I couldn't get her out of them streets. Okay.
I've read
Well,
that.
I have? Good. Falling in love. Surrender, stand still. Hmm. Well, first thing that comes to mind when I look at these cards, you know, a commitment, a love, a soulmate, a partner, a spouse. Those words aren't words I talk about a lot. It's not that I don't know what love looks like. It's not that I don't know what it feels like. It's not that I've never felt it. I just choose not to let love be enough, right? That's me. That's me. It's probably my own damn problem. And that's probably where I keep falling flat on my face every single time. But I do know that it takes work. It's not something that literally falls in your lap. It's not something that can't happen every single day. Every single day, we have a chance of falling in love with something, whether it's another person or whether it's ourselves or an animal, a tree, a lesson, a blessing, a child, a parent. We can always find a reason to fall in love, right? But it's not about falling in love. It's about staying there. It's about remembering that love technically is blind, right? When we put life in the category of love, then we are putting up blinders. Oh, well, I don't like that, and I don't like that, and that don't feel right. Nah, nah, nah. Oh, but you love this person. It doesn't mean you have to like everything about them. But to love them unconditionally is something that this world does not have enough of. Your Yule blessing is that you are going to be blessed and granted with the chance of falling in love. The thorns of a rose rip open the heart of the petal so that it may bleed to thy soul. Love your body is your challenge, right? So, is it about loving another person or is it about finally learning to love ourselves unconditionally? You got to figure that out. I'm just reading the message. How it falls, where it falls, and how it becomes applicable in your life has only you to decide. Life may throw a whole bunch of whoop bops and the other in your way, but if you choose to follow the distraction, then the Two of Pentacles is not where you're really actually at. You may be somewhere along the lines of, a tower or somewhere that you don't think you're ready for. What I want you to understand is that this chance for you to fall in love isn't about not believing in it, it's about falling in it, right? We have to understand our roots is our nourishment. 100%. Without our roots, without our morals, our values, our ethics, where would we actually be? Without our secrets, without the experiences that formed us to be the person that we are right now, today, who would we be? Right? So, what I want you to do is I want you to surrender to yourself first and foremost. Fall in love with you. Without you, there is no chance of finding someone else that matches you, right? So, you can't give you away if you don't love you. You can't give something you don't have. So I think this is your chance to fall in love with you and realize that you have thorns, you beautiful rose, you. I'm not a rose. I'm more of a lily, but you know what? I have poisons. So I have to accept those lily of the valleys while I accept every other lily that comes with it, right? Doesn't mean I don't love it. It just means that I have to learn to respect it. And in order to do that, I have to surrender to the fact that I love myself enough to know what I am surrendering to. Stand still, trust, and understand that your roots are literally what it is that is going to get you through this. Standing still, finding your placement, finding your zen, your place within yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Your roots, right? What helps you? Your 2 feet and a heartbeat. The roots of your existence and learning trust, right? Learning to trust not only yourself, but the unseen, learning to trust that someone else could hurt you, but you're still going to love them anyway, is part of the process because if you truly love yourself, you're not going to hurt yourself, right? So you're not going to disrespect another person. Not if you truly love yourself, because then you're disrespecting you as well, right? So the moral of all of this is understanding what is within also lies beyond. The world that you live in, seek inner truth. Remember that you carry you everywhere you go. It's not who you are, but how you are. How you see you is who you ultimately present to the next person. So remember to continually put you first and love you so that wherever this blessing of falling in love falls for you in your life, know that you then there earned it and you are deserving of it. It doesn't give what isn't earned. So love yourself and then see what comes on the other side of it. And that's what I've got for you.
Thank you, Jazz. Next up, Mary Lloyd.
Mary Lloyd. Ooh, guys. These are warm. I need my fanny fan.
Don't say that anymore.
What? Don't say what in England.
Fanny.
What?
Fanny's a different female body part.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Mary Lloyd. Hey, sweetie. Happy holidays to everybody. You guys, thank you for being here today because, as you know, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with me, and that means so much to me because you guys don't know how much you got me through all of this that I have been going through. So I just want to keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. I had a mouthful of straw, so and iced coffee. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Then Mackenzie and Tay are up.
All right. Well, let me get through this one. Okay, so uh okay. Let me see here. Mary. All right. Knowing me, knowing what I do, not only on this side, but for those on the other side, I deal with death. I work with death. Mary, if I didn't know any better, I would say that you have death coming. It's not easy, but it is unfortunately a cycle of life, right? We can't honor Santa Muerte. We can't honor the Day of the Dead. We can't honor the veil or those ancestors that's walked before us without understanding that it is a cycle of life, right? Most, a lot, some get to be blessed with amazing amount of years, 80, 90, sometimes over 100, and we look back and we think, wow, what a life, right? The rises and the falls that they had. Just because death is a part of what is going on, it does not mean it is a full ending. I need you to turn into yourself, Mary. There is something with turning inward that allows you to be greeted by the other side, right? Inside the veil of a bone and flesh, I lay my soul to sleep. May all the truths within thy breath have come to greet me, right? So, knowing and understanding that there is no beginning, there is no ending, is exactly what is being said right now, right? I help a lot of people find closure, and that's not easy, right? That's not always easy because some people are taken from this world cruel, cold, tortured quickly. Some people get to go to sleep and never wake up. Some people get to live this amazing life and have this beautiful, surrounded by all their loved ones ending, closure, final, right? What they don't understand is that there is still in the wind a smell that only you could have smelled because of them. There is a song, a dance within your heart that comes from a ghost that isn't physically with you anymore. There is a winter's dream, a gestation period where you have to go through these things: grief, anger, loss, sadness, mourning, right? These feelings of loss call our spirit to a calm place, right? Call in the divine, understand that this dance, this wind, this feeling that you feel, this cycle of life that is coming, this process that is part of your season is not easy. Turning inward when there's a reaper that is there to help make sure someone gets to the other side safely is something I know a little too much about. Not only do I work with the dead, do I help the living find closure, even if it's just talking to them one more time. 2004 on Christmas morning, I lost I lost my grandfather. Andy was more than just my grandfather. Andy was my old man. He was my everything. He was my father. He was my greatest father of all. And we're just a couple of days from his celebration. So, no, it's not meant to destroy you. In fact, although it's taken me 20 years to come back to this holiday, you need to understand that there is something so much bigger going on the other side. When we're called to the other side, it's because we're needed on a greater level than what we can do right then. It doesn't matter what our age is, whether we're brand new or we've been here 100 years or we're somewhere in the middle. The fact that being called home on a day that represents something very personal and private to every single individual that could ever have celebrated this day. Most of the part, it's about giving, receiving presents, and, well, Santa Claus and all of that way, right? I'm not a Santa Claus believer in the sense of, he's going to come down my chimney and all of that. But I do believe in the season of Yule. I believe in the magic of every part of it. I accept that Krampus is a big part, along with old Saint Nicholas. Did he actually make sainthood? I don't know. We'll have to find out. The point of the story here is that giving yourself enough time. I gave myself way too many Christmases, way too many celebrations. I gave to sadness instead of giving in to the divine. So that's the part I want you to remember. If you are blessed enough to lose someone during this season, know that their calling is much higher than we can understand on this side. And for a long time, that was really hard for me to understand. But I get it now. I got a tree up. I got Christmas presents. I got the spirit. I got an elf. An elf found me. An elf on a shelf found me off my wish list, which I'm so grateful for her. Shifra has reminded me what the spirit is about. So, even though it looks like you may be looking at a loss, remember to celebrate. Remember to celebrate. Turn inward. Remember, they're worthy of the celebrating on this season. That's what I've got for you.
The Kennedy.
Whew, okay. All right. This is Linda Kennedy. Okay.
She is here.
Boy, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of this one too. Anxiety. Oh boy. So your challenge for the next season, honey, is anxiety. Relieving anxiety, right? This is the part I'm literally gonna jump on because these are my challenge cards for this new season, right? My tools, they rotate, they shuffle, they shift, they become more than what they are, right? So for Yule, your blessing is preservation. Preserve. Mm, okay, Jims, there's your word. Preservance. Preservance? No, that can't be it.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. There we go. All right. Y'all know how it goes around here. My brain isn't braining. All right. So, what's the word again?
Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Stick to it.
Stay in thy power, dear child, for the lonely is never alone. When the world is dreadful upon thy, turn to the spirits within. Right? So,
Perseverance.
perseverance is your blessing from source for you. Your challenge is to find a way to relieve anxiety for the upcoming season, the new year, the new calendar year. There is something that goes along with understanding that ancestral wisdom sometimes helps us. Why does going backwards help us, right? Why does going backwards help us? It's not like you are bringing the already happened back. You're not doing that. What you are doing is you are looking back to remember why you are where you are at and how you got to where you are right now. It wasn't because you gave in, or it wasn't that you didn't know when to turn the other cheek. You learned both of them because life itself put you in positions where you had to make those choices. Because of that, when you were there, you weren't alone making them choices. I don't care if you were physically standing there and there wasn't a soul in sight. You were not alone. You never were alone. The other side is always with us. You always have their wisdom. You always have them supporting you on the other side, whether you can physically see them with your eyes or not. You know this. You can sense them. You can feel their presence. So remember that as you go. Remember that they used all kinds of tools for belief for them. You need to find your staff. You need to find your belief. You need to find your anchor. And that's exactly what these two cards are exactly saying. Find your anchor. Find your staff. Find your totem. Doesn't have to be what the ancestors used. I've got totems. I've got uh, amulets. I've got all kinds of things that were my ancestors. It doesn't mean that that isn't mine. It just means that mine haven't found me, right? I have theirs, but theirs are passed down. So what are you going to pass down? You're going to take that wisdom that you learned from your ancestors and you're going to create something that is authentically yours. You take their patterns and you weave them into your presence to make them authentically yours. You take something old and make it new again. You make it yours. You take a spell that worked for them and you tweak a couple of words and now it's your spell. It's a brand new spell to you, but you use your ancestors' wisdom, their good, their bad, their falls, their triumphs. You look at all of that as you make your wheel go around. Use it, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. Remember that it is your future, and without sorting through that came before you, You can't step into the future authentically until you learn to weave your own pattern. So make sure that you understand that as you are finding a way to remove anxiety, you are also building something on the other side. You are weaving something on the other side with the ancestors that you can't begin to see yet because you're not looking at them through the proper lens, and that is your soul. So look into your soul, find your ancestors within. The message that I got for you is very easy. Find your anchor, find your tool. Doesn't mean that the work won't be hard, but it's worth it. Stand strong because you've been doing it for a long time. That's what I've got for you, honey.
And lastly is KK.
Who?
KK.
KK, are you still here? Yes.
Thank you, Linda.
January 2024. I was very lonely. Now December 2024. I found this community and a family. My ancestors are all. I miss you guys so much. Woo, you guys have no idea, but we're gonna get into it. Let me get into this last one real quick. All right, KK. This is not one I would want, but your blessing is snow. Your Yule blessing is snow. There is beauty in the divine that settles on the flesh. A magical enchantment bestowed in purity. I don't miss the cold snow, but you know what I miss? The silence. I would sit outside in the cold in the Midwest, and I would, whether I was on the phone or not, and I would see the snow come down. And it was like the forest, the woods, the animals that got quiet, the tranquil silence, the stillness. Mm. You could almost hear it. It'd be so crisp. Sometimes the snow would be so loud in the quiet, in the silence, in the heaviness of the still. While you focus on purity, that is why they use snow. Snow is authentic. There's only one snowflake of its kind. There's a billion snowflakes, trillions, zillions. I don't know if we could count that high, but they all are as unique as we are. Our fingerprint, that is pure. There's no one else that has the same one, just like in snowflakes. They're all their own uniqueness, and they shine in their own purity. They don't fall as one, they all fall individually. Everyone that falls into a collective pile that they all equally agreed to land on. They focused on a higher purpose. And that's what finding our purity is about, finding our purpose, right? Focusing on your truth, your higher truth, your doppelganger, your highest self, your doppelganger is already experienced this day and tomorrow. But they say tomorrows aren't promised, right? Why do they predict it for the weather then? There has to be strength in that promise that tomorrow will come. Even though it's not promised, tomorrow will still be here. It will continue. So therefore, you must continue to always focus on the higher truth, something that can't be misplaced as anything other than just what it is, a truth. So your challenge for the next season is focusing on the truth. Don't worry about all the damn distractions. Let them distractions go. Focus on the truth. The universe is your partner. You are never alone. You are never standing alone. You are never witnessing alone. You are never working alone. You are always working with someone that has your highest interest at best. Not your best interest, your highest interest, right? If we think about our best, then we have to put value on something that we physically did, right? Whether we won the Olympics or we won Wall Street or we won a hug from someone that doesn't like to be touched. You can't put the value so small on what you are trying to reach. Okay. So if you're only focusing on the higher truth, you don't get caught up in the distractions that could ultimately stop you from reaching that higher truth, because the distractions are going to intentionally want you to see it their way. They're going to want you to hear them out when none of it is even relevant to the truth. It's just their side of it. There is your side, and then there's the truth. Everybody wants to always put, well, there's this side, and then there's truth. No, 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 no. There's your side, and then there's the truth. No matter how many people are involved, you can keep going on with the he say, she say, but all of that matters is that there is your side and then the truth. You can't say, well, there's this side, and there's three people arguing. There's never a winner because everyone's always trying to prove their point instead of focusing on the truth of the matter. So that's what removing the distraction looks like. It doesn't matter what their truth is. It don't matter. You have yours. But you ultimately understand that there is only one truth. Only one. Only one. It's the only one that matters. It's the only one that will carry you through those dark, hard times. Once you realize that, that is when your shadows no longer have power over you. That is when you get to understand that the spirit of the river is the moment that you decided to take the adventure. Doesn't have anything to do with the outcome. Doesn't matter. It's all about the adventure. It doesn't matter the destination end, because technically there's no ending, there's no beginning. So if we're just going to keep going in the circle of truth, we have to understand it's in the adventure, not the destination. So remember that as you go through and you make life reviews, remember that your pursuit is truth. Your pursuit isn't worried about seeing something from someone else's perspective. They're the ones that's got to make their truth right. And they got to carry their own cross, and they got to carry their own burdens. You don't have to carry it for them. Just carry your truth. And that's all that matters. Your truth. And be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself, and you won't lie to those that can help you out and give you a hand along the way. That's what I've got for you, sweetie. Huh?
That is it?
That is it. All right, guys. So I want to talk to you guys just a few minutes here. All right. I want you guys to understand, with understanding who we are, with understanding where we came from, it is our main goal to push forward, right? You have to go with what you know, right? If you lose your perspective, if you lose your direction, that doesn't mean you failed. That doesn't mean that you've fallen. In fact, it means the exact opposite. It means that you are trying. It means that you are attempting to do something, whether you do it once or 1,412 times. As long as you're doing, means that you are making an incentive. As long as you are doing something that benefits you, you are learning. You won't fail you. You won't break your own heart. You won't intentionally lead you the wrong way. And as long as those morals and those values are fully leading your direction, other people are going to see that. Other people are going to say, well, I can do that. Well, lead by example is what I'm trying to say to you guys. If it weren't for you guys and all of those gorgeous DMs and emails and those beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful words of inspiration, I wouldn't be here right now, guys. And I don't mean on this place in this world. I mean, I wouldn't be here right now with you guys. When I came back, I was in a really good place. When I got back from my cruise, I was so ready to jump right back in. What I wasn't ready for was me. Me. I was pushing a programmed mind frame, and my soul wasn't right. And because of that, the universe recognized it. The universe is intentionally doing something in front of my face, and I'm refusing to see it for what it is. I can't blame anything, can't blame anybody. So I have to understand that the universe was shutting things down for a reason. They needed me to understand that I needed to learn to trust myself. And until I learned to trust myself and trust that what I was seeing for myself with my own eyes was meant for me, it didn't have to make sense to anybody else. It doesn't have to support anyone else. What I did is I remembered that a little over a year and a half ago, I made my very first video. And what I said was that I wasn't here for a very long time. I'm not here for a permanent fixture. I'm not here to be monetized. I'm not here for anything more than me. I forgot that along the way, playing dodgeball, playing the game of life tit for tat, pointing what I see, what I like, what I don't like. And when I got back from my cruise, what I realized is that I was very unhappy with myself because I let me down. I didn't let you guys down. I would never let you guys down. But I lost me along the way because I remembered that I said I was only here for a short time. So that has to apply in every single ground that I stand, every platform, every belief, everything that I want to be. I have to be able to support myself through it. And when there's one thing that's stopping me, but everything else is supporting me, it doesn't mean that that's not meant for me. It just means that that one wants to hold control. And if they can't have it their way, well, I'm not going to do it at all. And that's exactly where I was at. Well, if I can't do it this way, I stepped away from a platform that is no longer serving me. And I'm going to stand on that. And I'm going to lose a lot of opportunity to probably meet some freaking amazing people. And I have to be okay with that. A year ago, I was told that I was ready, and I fought it. No. I can't fight a system anymore. I hate that I can't get on StreamYard. I hate it. But in order to hate something, that means I have to have loved it, right? I never loved StreamYard, so therefore I can't hate it. Then I would have had to love it. And I didn't. It was always a challenge. It was always a struggle. It was always stepping on something, stepping over something, getting buffering and lost along the way. That was when I recognized I was holding me back because I wanted it to be my way. I wanted to pick and choose instead of accepting the hardcore truth of what it was. So, my new dawn, my new day came to me 5 minutes before Meta Messages today. I want you guys to understand I was not going to be here today. I was again going to protest against myself and say, no, I'm not doing it because it's not the old way. That's my old way. I don't know where I'm going, guys. Oh, shit. But I'm taking every damn one of you along the way with me. You are my gems. And we will make it together. It's going to be different. It's going to look different. I'm even going to put in a new chair on my wish list. Because I believe in a new day and I believe in a new way. And this year is different. And I have to honor that. And I promise you guys, and I don't make promises because I don't want to let you guys down. But I promise myself we'll do it together every step of the way. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.